Well, hello everybody. What a glorious day. It's bloody scorching out there. So, despite the rhetoric that this is all the Muslim community's fault and they're not doing enough about it in respect to the bombing, the attack at the Manchester Arena, despite many people are now running around basically saying the Muslim community aren't doing enough, and the media don't seem to be doing much to basically help matters as usual. So I noticed on the ITV News last night, when reporting on the reaction from Didsbury Mosque on the attack, they didn't mention the clear statement that was made. The clear statement that was made by Didsbury Mosque, it stated, some media reports have reported that the bomber worked at the Manchester Islamic Centre. This is not true. He has never worked in this centre. Because the mainstream media were purporting stories that the bomber had, worked in Didsbury Mosque, because they like to portray that it's the Muslim community's fault and it stems from mosques, and I'm just speaking from what I've noticed. I'm just saying on what I've commented on, and today it's emerging in the news that numerous warnings were given to police and the security services about the bomber's behaviour by the Muslim community. No action was taken. So clearly it's the failings, either deliberately or, one way or the other, of the security services and the police. Why were they doing nothing in times of heightened tension, when we're apparently maybe facing attacks, when there's worries about apparently radical Islam? I would say that argues that Muslim communities have been trying to do what they can to rid this problem and root out this problem of individuals, because it's nothing to do with Islam, it's nothing to do with being a Muslim. These nutters, these lunatics hide behind that, and the media hide behind that, and the people who fund these various groups like ISIS, they're quite happy to portray it as it's a Muslim problem, it's a Muslim ideology. It's the ideology of terrorists, of murderers, nothing else. Surely fair media coverage and action on information given is vital. The media are telling us one thing that's not true. The security authorities aren't doing everything they can to stop this, and they wonder why we have doubts. They wonder why there's concerns in the community online, people like myself. Surely we cannot lecture the Muslim community and their role in the fight against radicalisation if we don't portray them fairly in the media or take action about their concerns. Put yourself in the shoes of them and imagine how you'd feel if misrepresented and ignored. Where does this tension come from? Where does this division come from? Who does this division serve? To what purpose? To what agenda? Why do people like myself have so many questions? Time and time again, the security services know the identity of the bomber. How quick have we now found this apparent terror cell who've trained this bomber, who were apparently part of his group? They seem to know an awful lot about these individuals immediately after there's been some sort of an attack, and they're imposing restrictions upon us, and they're creating division. And this media that apparently wants to, portray what's happened and help and unite us is dividing us with, clear bias like that, not giving a clear representation. They didn't clearly report the statement that the Didsbury Mosque gave, and it is important in this time of what's going on and the social tension. It's time that we come together, and it's time to show that various parts of communities are trying. Because understandably, when children are dying, there's a loss of human life and we're looking for answers, we are going to look to each other and say, are you doing everything you can? Are you doing everything you can? And understandably, there is tension towards people in the Muslim community, because it's being portrayed that the bomber was apparently a Muslim. Even though it's been reported on the news today that his imam at his mosque even had an argument with him because he caught the lad walking around the mosque in his shoes. We don't walk around the mosque in your shoes, do you? That's how much of a good Muslim this bomber was, That's how much, his intentions are anything to do with being a Muslim or Islam. But there you go. We need times of unity. We need times of truth. Everybody's got questions, and it seems once again the media are just telling us more lies, and things just don't add up here. Criticise me all you want, but I'm not buying everything that the media is saying, and I'm most certainly not buying the government, and I'm not buying that we've got the army on the streets because it's apparently that much of a risk, but yet the Queen can go to the hospital for the day with the press, who she doesn't normally get along with and despises, and be interviewed with all the victims of this attack. You know? Peace, love and light.